The spotlight rises on a lively late-night moment as our story begins with a guest who built her career on unforgettable film and television roles, now starring in a powerful drama alongside a legendary actor in a gritty new series. Her charm enters the stage even before she says a word, and the host immediately greets her with the kind of playful banter only two seasoned entertainers can manage. A small mix-up with her co-star's name becomes a running joke, fueling laughter and chemistry. The host teases that maybe he should wear a name tag, while she jokes that maybe in another life she knew someone just like him. It's the kind of moment that makes audiences feel like they've just walked into a conversation between old friends. The guest's energy is warm and effortless, and she explains just how much she's changed since moving away from big city life. Her character in the show is strong, witty, and deeply passionate, but behind the scenes, she is also a mother dealing with the regular chaos and joy that comes with raising kids. When the host asks whether her family watches her classic films, she admits humorously that her son has probably been exposed to certain stories too early and may never let her forget it. But she embraces motherhood with humor, love, and self-awareness, and her honesty only makes the audience adore her more. The conversation flows into her roots. She grew up just outside one of America's most historic cities, and the host asks what makes her most connected to the place she came from. She says it's the attitude, the rhythm of conversation, the lightning-quick humor, and a voice that can switch instantly back to hometown mode. She laughs as she imitates family members on the phone, proving that no matter how far people travel, home always travels with them. Then comes another surprising part of her story. Something many viewers didn't know. 5 years ago, during a global shift in the world, she and her family packed up their lives, left the noise and stress behind, and headed west. They landed in a small town surrounded by mountains and nature, where life moves at a noticeably slower pace. It wasn't just a move, it was a complete life pivot. She explains that moving from a crowded region to a small community comes with changes. In a place where everyone knows everyone, friendships are close, and reputation matters. Rush, impatience, or honking at the car in front of you will not get you anywhere. She learned that in a small town, you must slow down, breathe, and treat every encounter with kindness. Instead of frustration, she discovered patience. Somewhere inside herself she hadn't known was available. The host laughs and compares small-town kindness to a fishbowl, where everyone swims together and has to get along. You never know when you'll run into the same person again on the same street or at the same store. Better to leave each interaction on good terms. And she agrees. Small communities build consideration the same way big cities build speed. But her new home also comes with surprises, and one of the biggest is nature itself. She tells the story of stepping outside one morning to see several giant animals in her backyard. Majestic, peaceful, and completely unexpected. She brought her children outside, and the family watched quietly as the large animals moved through the yard like they owned it. Peaceful moments in nature have become one of her favorite parts of their new life. Then she shares another story, this time involving a much less friendly animal. One day, the family dog started barking and barking outside. When she went to check, she realized a massive wild animal was standing on their deck, and she had no idea how dangerous the situation could be. She thought it would be just as gentle as the animals she had seen before. But no, her husband quickly reminded her that this particular creature is known for its temper. Suddenly, everything turned into survival training. She had to remember what she'd heard. Stand behind something sturdy, stay calm, and do not challenge the animal. She managed to get her dog to safety, and the story has become one of those family adventures they'll never forget. Terrifying in the moment, hilarious in hindsight. The host jokes that during moments like that, people suddenly try to recall facts they didn't even know they were supposed to remember. Do these animals have side vision? Is running a good idea? What counts as hiding? It becomes its own comedy sketch in real life. She laughs as she remembers the panic and how fast instincts take over when something big and unpredictable appears on your porch. From wildlife to show business, she talks about working on her newest project, a dramatic television series set in the world of high-stakes industry in the American Southwest. She stars alongside an acclaimed actor who brings a powerful presence to the screen. She describes him as confident, cool, relaxed, with the classic edge of someone who has lived life on his own terms. In the series, their characters are fiery opposites, intense, emotional, and constantly pushing each other to the brink. One scene required her to throw props in a heated confrontation, and while the pieces looked lightweight, they were sharp enough to leave a mark. That's commitment to storytelling. Sometimes scenes come with risk, but the performance is worth it. She explains that the show films on location, not in Hollywood, but in a region filled with sun, dust, and wide-open sky. Filming for months in Texas is physically demanding, creatively rewarding, and has built a tight bond among the cast and crew. The production is enormous, and the creator of the series is known for running multiple shows at once, providing steady work for hundreds of professionals. She expresses genuine admiration for being part of something that not only entertains audiences, but keeps people employed year-round in a competitive industry. The host congratulates her on the success of the series, noting how large and dedicated its audience has become, and she expresses gratitude for every viewer who has joined the journey. Before the episode ends, she reflects again on how life has changed, from a big city childhood to fame to family life in a peaceful rural town filled with wildlife, community, and endless new surprises. Her story reminds viewers that change is possible at any time, and sometimes the most unexpected choices become the most rewarding. As the conversation wraps up, the message to the audience is clear. Follow your heart, embrace adventure, stay kind to the people around you, and remember that life is not only about where you are, but how you choose to grow once you get there. Each of us has a path, and sometimes the next chapter begins with a bold step towards something new. Encourage viewers to stay connected, leave their thoughts, and share their own stories of transformation. The world may be big, but stories like these make it feel just a little closer, a little warmer, and a lot more inspiring.